There are many dangerous jobs in the world. Bomb disposal, flying a helicopter in a hurricane, and then there's cutting down trees without knowing what you're doing. This is not a documentary about lumberjacks. This is a video about people who believe YouTube tutorials count as training. No helmets, no plan, just raw confidence and a machine designed to remove limbs. Welcome to Video Wreck. In this video, common sense clocks out before the chainsaw even starts. This is what happens when your boss has been bullying you all along, and then one day he finally pisses you off and fires you. But you happen to own a chainsaw and remember where he lives. Too bad we can't see that smile on your face, but we can imagine the satisfaction. Whenever you see guys holding a rope tied to a tree, run. That rope is about to turn into a tow cable for humans, and the tree will fall in the exact opposite direction they planned. Evolution usually takes notes when one guy cuts the tree and the other one stands right in the impact zone. This is Steve. Steve watched 3 YouTube videos. 2 of them were ads. Steve believes that gravity is more of a suggestion. Notice how Steve stands directly in the fall zone of the tree. This is no longer tree cutting. This is gambling. People think trees are passive. They are not. Trees bend, trees twist, trees store energy. So when you cut them wrong, they don't just fall, they launch. This is called a barber chair. It's when the trunk splits vertically and tries to remove your face. Professionals fear this. Idiots don't know it exists. If you ever think about pulling a tree with your car, now don't. At this moment, you learned why. Every year, thousands of people decide that today is the day they become a tree expert. No training, no helmet, no plan.
This is the worst!
Just a chainsaw, a tree, and optimism. What could possibly go wrong? As it turns out, everything. When people realize they're in trouble, they invent solutions. Bad solutions. Trees do not fall randomly. They fall where physics tells them to. And physics does not care how confident you feel. Any safety instructor watching this just felt chest pain. This guy couldn't start the chainsaw, so he paused for a moment and came up with a brilliant plan. When technology fails, you may want to return to caveman mode. The most important thing is that no one sees me. Plenty of space. There was one thing: the tree wasn't supposed to hit the house. If you think cutting a palm tree is easy, it's not. These 2 firefighters were trained for emergencies. And this became one. Well, not everyone is perfect. The execution is creative. Observe the knot, observe the angle. Let's be clear. Professional arborists assess weight, check wind, plan escape routes. But this guy obviously must have skipped school the day they taught physics. This man is cutting a tree that is leaning directly toward his house. He says he's done this before. That is not reassuring. At this moment, the tree makes a decision. Not the one they wanted. This is where the rope comes in. The idea is simple. Tie a rope to the tree, pull it the right way. Cutting a tree from scaffolding? The tree failed, the scaffolding failed, so the man followed company policy. This is what professionals call a learning opportunity. Notice the moment when the tree starts falling. Notice the silence.
Thank God that was not his leg or hand.
Trees are unpredictable and incredibly powerful. And even an experienced lumberjack can end up in a situation like this. Fortunately, he wasn't injured. This is the most dangerous part, when it almost works, because now they believe they're good at it. The tree starts falling in the right direction. Celebration begins early, and then physics remembers its job. Trees are not stupid, chainsaws are not toys, and confidence is not a substitute for knowledge. Some people believe trees will politely avoid buildings. They won't. Sometimes people don't do this alone, which is worse. Now you have one person cutting, one person pulling, one person filming, 0 people thinking communication is unclear. The plan is changing in real time. This is no longer forestry. This is improv comedy.
Oh, well, pardon me, Mr. Perfect! I guess I forgot that you never ever make a mistake!
That's the sound of a man doing math too late. Insurance companies love this footage because it answers the question, how did this happen? Short answer, confidence without competence. Standing on a ladder, cutting a massive branch directly above his own head. Excellent decision making. This guy cut the tree and somehow managed to trap it between the stump and itself. Physics is impressed. Sometimes it's just not your day. Even after 4 attempts with a chainsaw, not even an axe worked. As they say, you're wiser in the morning. My neighbor said, "Don't worry, I've done this 100 times." And then the tree fell straight onto my house. Never stand near a tree being cut, especially if you enjoy living. A ladder and a chainsaw have never been friends, especially when you're not a professional with no safety gear. That's not bravery, that's stupidity. These guys were lucky they had helmets. Another brave soul, standing on a tree, chainsaw above his head. Nothing about this ends well. This is how it looks like when tree cracked mid-cut and decided to fall in every direction. This tree chose to fall on its own after seeing who was about to cut it. And here, we have Steve again. He's watched every superhero movie ever made. 0 respect, 0 experience, and probably 0 common sense.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
There aren't many trees in the desert, so we'll forgive these guys having absolutely no experience with this. Take a guess. Is the FedEx truck getting hit or the little car behind it? These 2 guys decided to film themselves cutting down a tree so they'd have something to brag about at the bar later.
Terry! It's coming! It's coming!
This looks like they're rehearsing a sketch for a comedy show, the kind where you already know something is about to go wrong. If you don't know what you're doing, call someone who does. Your house will thank you, your spine will thank you. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means you still respect gravity. Tell us in the comments, what's the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do with a chainsaw? And remember, confidence is not a skill. Every clip you just saw started with the same thought, how hard can it be? And ended with, oh,